beautiful. This time I have actually gotten whatchamacallit? There we go. There we go. Got my setup. Time to record literally everything that I've done for the past several years. Not years, but several weeks. I kind of made the script last minute, seeing how the video is about something, aka social studies. So reasons have to happen. Okay, let me start from the beginning. What am I doing? What am I doing exactly? Oh yeah, right. I'm showing a good old friend how I make a video. Step 1, make a script. I've got it right here. Number 2, get some recording software. Nah. There we go. Project, please stop beating a dead horse. And then you hit record and stuff, and then start speaking. I'll be doing that for the next, I don't know. I can't exactly read well. Some of these parts are actually acting parts, so good luck me. Guess I'm starting now? Yep, I'm starting. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War between the French and the British. What the heck, why not add some more European countries? The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Let me redo all of this. I messed up, hadn't I? It has to be in a certain tone. Oh, by the way, lesson 2. Figure out what kind of tone you want to be. If you want to be like a British accent and stuff, makes it sound smooth. But it's pretty darn hard if you're an immigrant from Asia. Yeah. 1763. Britain is in debt from the 7-year from A, not they. The. 1760. Okay. Can you please lower down the volume? There we go. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global. (1763) Britain is in debt from a 7-year major. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War between the French and the British. What the heck? Why not add some more European countries? The British won the war. No doubt, but due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was on those colonies, and the British spent a lot of money on protecting 13 colonies from French takeover. Oh, it's not correct. Let's redo that line. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent a hefty amount of money protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. And okay. The British also wanted to keep troops. Okay, wait, what? I'm not reading the right. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent a hefty amount of money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of. Lesson 3. Don't stutter. Oh, gosh. Like, The British pause too long. Also, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. The British also want. The British also want. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed the heck out of. That's not in the script. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. Much like a small child, typically the age of 3, 13 colonies refused to eat their refused to pay their taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate representation to the British Parliament. That was horrible acting. Let's try that again. Much like a small child, typically the age of 3, 13 colonies refused to eat their refused to pay said taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate representation to the British Parliament, turning into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation with taxation." Much like a small child, typically the age of 3, 13 colonies refused to eat their refused to pay their taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate representate. They first wanted to eat. Okay, I think I did pretty darn good on that one. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." 13. That much better. They first wanted to eat the chocolate representations of the British Parliament, turning into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without." The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." Nah, try again. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without." The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." 12 years later, the adolescent. Wait, am I supposed to? Oh no, I don't. 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, an American general, led the rebellion army to strip from British rule. Let's change the script a bit. George Washington. The Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion. The Rebellion Army wants to strip from British rule. Jiminy. There should be a the. I hate you, grammar thing. "12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, wants to strip from the British rule. A year later, he finally declared 13 colonies independent and fought father. It's not really obvious if I just say da. Father. A year later, declared themselves. A year later, he finally moved out, or declared 13 colonies finally moved out. "12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the rebellious army, not rebellious. Stupid. 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, wants to strip from British rule. The army's goal was to strip. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army has a goal. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a goal. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a goal to strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally declared themselves independent and fought the British in the American War of Independence. If you don't have time, call it the American Let's try that again. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out, 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 declared themselves independent and fought the British in the American War of Independence. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved outer space. Space has more space. Space has actual space. Humans have explored space, and isn't everything? A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent and fought the British in the American War of Independence. 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a goal to strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out, declared themselves independent, and fought the British in the American War of Independence. If you don't have time, call it the American Revolution. The war lasted for a solid 7 years. With an S. The war lasted for a solid 7 years. Sounds familiar, don't you think? The war lasted for a solid 7 years. Sounds familiar. The war lasted for a solid 7 years. Sounds familiar, don't you think? The war cut the people's. Jeez, that's a doorbell. The war cut the peoples of 13 colonies to 2, the ones who were for the rebel. The war cut the peoples of 13 colonies to 2, the ones who are for the rebellion, called the Patriots, and the ones who are against it, the United Empire Loyalists. It sounds weird. The war cut the peoples of 13 colonies to 2, the ones who are for the revolution, called the Patriots, and ones who are against it, aka the United Empire Loyalists. The Loyalists didn't awfully like the Patriots, dumping hot tar in. The Loyalists didn't the L's. From now on, I'm gonna call loyalists L's because I seriously can't say fast. The L's didn't awfully like the Patriots, dumping hot tar. How do I say that fast? Dumping hot tar and feathers on the Loyalists. The Loyalists didn't awful. Okay, I'm going back to my original plan. The Loyalists didn't awfully like the Patriots, dumping hot tar. The Loyalists didn't awfully like the Patriots, dumping hot tar and feathers on the Loyalists. The Loyalists didn't awfully like the Patriots, dumping hot tar and dumping. Dumping hot tar and feathers on loyalists. Dumping hot tar. Dumping hot tar. Alright. What am I doing with my life? Okay. Dumping hot tar and feathers on the loyalists. So, the other loyalists were like, I was reading the wrong line. Dumping hot tar and feathers on the loyalists. Dumping hot tar and feathers on loyalists. Oh, that's good. Dumping hot tar and feathers on... Dumping hot tar and feathers on loyalists. So, the other loyalists were like, we should probably get off here. Are you getting off here? I hope so. Let's get out of here. Dumping hot tar and feathers on the hull. Dumping hot tar and loyalists on the feathers? Dumping hot tar and feathers on the loyalists. So, the other loyalists were like, we should probably get out of here, and... so, I should be... So, the other loyalists... the other loyalists were like, we should probably get out of here. Are you getting out of here? I hope so. So, the other... Wait, I already said that, so I don't... I don't know. And so, they fled to the northern British colonies. I don't want to read all of this today. Oh gosh. For now. Just in case. I'm not gonna finish this all. There we go. Let's land. Export. Where was this from? Export as WAV. It's from audio. Climate change. Alright. Seems legit. School. Grade 7. Science. Not science, I'm an idiot. Project. Stop beating a dead horse. Science, climate change, audio. I don't know. Copy and paste it to social studies. Audio. I'm too lazy to capitalize it. Just for a demo. Just for a demo. I'm not gonna be able to finish this. I'm just gonna give you guys a demo on what I do, because I don't think I can say all of this in one stream. A demo on what I'm going to do. Right. Hey. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Let's land. Okay. Here's a tip. Script on the left. Thing on the right. And then you just edit out everything that you messed up at. Like good old days. Good old days.
I'll add some more European countries.
I can't even hear it.
The British won the war. The British won the war in 1763. 1763.
Yeah, I could read it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing that.
1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War between the French and the British. What the heck? Why not add some more European countries? The British won the war. The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's most of the conflict was on those colonies, and the British spent a lot of money on protecting 13 colonies from French takeover. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent half the the British also knew the British also won the British also
Okay, seriously, I'm still saying that.
1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the Seven Years' War between the French and the British.
What the heck?
What the heck? Why not add some more
European countries. The British won the war, no doubt.
British won the war, no doubt. But due to won the war, no doubt. But British won. British won. The British won. The British.
So, some of them are gonna be silent, so you're just gonna have to echolocate. I don't know. I don't think that's even real.
British won the war, no doubt. But due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent a lot of money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent half the amount of money protecting 13. The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's the war.
Ah. I'm blind.
British won the war, no doubt. British won the war. The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was on those colonies, and the British spent a lot of money on protecting 13 colonies. Most of the Lesson 3. The British also wanted to keep true. Oh wait, what? No. Most of the conflict was.
There we go. What was that? No, I don't know.
Most of the conflict in colonies.
When you hear yourself breathing.
Most of the colonies.
Usually means that you're trying to say something.
Colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent a hefty amount of money on protecting 13 colonies from a French
takeover.
The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of. Lesson 3. Don't stutter. The British also want colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent a hefty amount of money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover.
That's enough for the day. I'm to show you how I do stuff. I'm kind of on the run. You have to do a lot of things today. Damn it, I don't even have it here. Have to make it thick. There we go. Get over here. PSP, but I put a lot of music in. Let's. Jeez. Too happy.
Floss. It is essential for.
Oh, this could work. Could work. Copy. Science. What am I seriously thinking?
(1763) Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You wanna help me make a video?
Yes.
Sit down. Take a seat. Take a seat over there. On the bed. On the bed. Not on my lap.
No, I want the tablet. I want to watch.
Fine. You go in the other room then, because you're gonna be loud. I know that. Please.
Oh, it's not on the same
Go.
thing.
Go. 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 Go before I leave.
Go away.
No, you.
Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War between the French and the British. What the heck? Why not add some more European countries?
As an amateur, don't trust me.
Britain.
Huh.
1763. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the.
Ah. How do I want this to play out? Nah, I don't think this would work from what I'm trying to go for. We'll connect that again. Music. Continue to the next level, because why not? Boom. That's still too loud. They wanted me to lose. They wanted me to win. Can they please just make up their mind?
1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7.
This actually might work. Cinematic. I'm gonna just do some magical improvising here. What should I say? It was the year of the 1700s. 1700s. A glorious time of the past. This was the day where... Not day? What? The 1700s. It was the start of the rise of the... Germany? The 1700s. It was the start of the rise of the independent America. It was also the start of the independent. Late 1700s. 17. Okay, how do I sum everything up in one word? 1763. Britain is in debt. You know what? I'm just gonna improvise. Let's try this. (1763). Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies, in case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops, much like a small child, typically the age of 3. 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representation to the British Parliament. This turned into a protest, and the Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a gold strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent, and fought farther. The British in the American War of Independence. It was called the American Revolution. This could work. Improvisation. Alright. I still need the mic here because I need to talk. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global. Okay, I should really make this a bit weirder. This is all improvised, by the way. So there was no planning at all. French and the British. The British won the war, no doubt. Due to Britain's... Okay, let's add in some more effects to make it sound old as crap. What was it called? Not chorus. Pan, simple delay. Track compressor. Flange YY. Vibrato. What was it called? Oh, why am I asking you? Resonant filter. I didn't even press add. Okay. Put in high pass. Wet, dry. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. Okay, I'm gonna actually have to Google this. Evags, yes, Evags.
Now, just before I get...
Evags. Resonant filter. 1/1500. Copy literally everything he does except good enough ear. Yeah. 20. And that's 100. High pass. Let's see how it sounds. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called 7 years. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah. I'm going to introduce you to a good old website of mine, vVdeo.pixels.com. It's great. It's free stuff. By the way, save your progress or else you might regret it. Don't make the same mistake I did last time. I worked so hard, thought I was done, but then it crashed. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. Okay, let's see if there's any war footage. Good enough. Nah, looks too American-y. American-y. Tree branch, silhouette of a plant, maybe fire, because why not? I don't know. Please be done downloading. There we go.
7-year musical. 1763. 1763.
Oh, this is great.
1763. 1763. Britain is
Ah,
1763. 1763.
that sound looks a bit weird. Let's put in some effects, beautiful effects. Make it look a bit older than it is. The footage, I mean. Please don't crash. 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 Okay. Oh, that's why. There. There we go. I think it's a wee bit louder.
Britain down from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War.
Oh.
It was between the French and the British. The British won the war, no doubt. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did.
Ah.
Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the
Let's see if there's any French views. French footage. Could work. In second thought, let's just search up 7 Years' War. See what the first image comes out. Nah.
It was
Jeez, that's loud.
called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British.
Let's remove some of the pause in the middle.
Between the French and the British. The British won the war.
It's a bit loud. Nah, not
The
loud.
British won the war. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war.
Just a bit.
It was between the French and the British. The British won the war. No doubt. It was between the French
Longer
and the
pause.
British. The British won the war. No doubt. Due to Britain's the war. No doubt. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won. Debt
change the.
1763. Britain is in debt. 1763. Britain is in debt from. Britain is in Britain. Britain is in debt from. Britain is in debt from the 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. Britain is in debt from the 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. Conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between. It was between.
British flag. Why not? I am offended. I search up British flag and it comes with the flag of the US. I am disappointed. Ah, never mind. Never mind. American and British flag. That's just Hawaii. That's just the Hawaiian flag. Well, I'm just gonna search up British. How about tea? That's a good joke, huh? The British like tea, stereotypically. Why not? On second thought. British flag waving. Dun 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 dun.
Britain is in debt from the 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war and was out, due to Britain's crippling economy.
Okay, let's search up the French flag too, cause why not? France flag waving. Waving. British flag waving. It's called the Union Jack, but whatever. There's 10 hours of this? Okay, here's my good old friend, YouTube to MP4. This is the most time-consuming thing I've ever done. And damn you, whoever made this 10 hours long. There's some parts that you just have to wait at. You just have to wait. 0 0 0 1 1 0. Convert 1 minute of a British flag.
1763. Britain is in debt from the 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British.
Between the French and the British.
It was between the French and the British. The British won the war and was.
Okay, let's skip this part for now.
The French and the British. The British won the war and was out, due to Britain's crippling economy. Britain needed some way to save money.
What does 13 colonies flag look like? Oh shoot. Paste. No. Let's just start with the Union Jack. Because Union Jack is better. 50. British rule. Ah. So they copied it. Seems legit. Don't you dare open that file. Yeah.
It was between the French and the British.
Let's zoom in just a bit. Just a wee bit. A wee little bit. Just a wee little bit.
It was between the French and the British. The British won the war. The British won the war. The British won the war. It was out. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war.
I will put in the French flag. Because I don't want my French teacher to give me an F. 59? 50. No.
It was between the French and the British. The British won the war. It was out. The British won the war. It was out. The British won the war. It was out. Due to the British won the war. It was out.
It sounds like no doubt and no doubt. The British won the war.
The British won the war. It was out.
And was out. And was out. The British won the war.
It's between the French and the British. It's between the French and the British. The British won the war. It was out. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13. They set sights on 13.
I just need a bunch more. Hey, fire could represent the war. Wow.
Conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. It was between the French. It was between the. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war. It was out. Due to Britain's crippling economy, the British. The British won the war. It was out.
Yeah, I'll just leave that back.
The British won the war. It was out. Due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on
13 colonies, which looked like this. 13 colonies flag, way before everything. Boop. Reset these sides. Nah.
and save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. 13 colonies. 13 The conflict was in those colonies.
Can you even hear most?
Most of the conflict was in those colonies.
Jeez, it's still loud.
It's on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. The British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. Protecting 13.
Let's be fancy and use somebody playing the piano. There's reasons. If 4K doesn't work, I swear. Come on. Please. Please. There we go.
Save money they did. They set sights on
This is gonna be my filler footage.
They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. The British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover.
Okay, the piano playing actually starts all the way over here.
They set sights on 13 colonies. They set sights on 13 colonies. 13 colonies. 13 colonies. 13 colonies. 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. The British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed. Due to Britain's 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. The British spent money on protecting 13
I need a moving camera thing. Oh shoot, it's 5 o'clock. Time flies by so fast.
Due to Britain's
Why you know how sound? Shoot. Please don't.
colonies.
Okay.
They did. They set sights on. They did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies. The British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover.
Okay, now let's put in the piano playing in person. That definitely isn't lip syncing or anything.
From a French takeover. The British.
Okay, I actually have to.
The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies.
There we go.
The British also wanted to keep French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies from the troops.
Okay. There should be. Just for the fun of it. Let's make stuff move to the. Let's make stuff move. 'Cause reasons. And I don't want to give out reasons. It just makes it look nicer. Looks like there's an actual drone flying by. Smooth.
Colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep.
Let's add in. Let's stabilize this. Stabilize, add, okay. Medium. Sit back, maybe relax, I don't know. There we go. It's done. Jeez.
French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any.
Let's make this a bit bigger. Let's make this the left. What have I done? Okay. Okay, control. Let's get its control, yeah. Yummy, yummy, good.
The British
For some reason, crop things make it look nice.
Conflict nights. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. By that, I mean their taxes. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan. By that, I mean representation to the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. Conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan. Conflict. This turned into a protest. Troops. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan. No taxation without representation. 12 years later. Without representation. 12 years later. Rebellious. George Washington, the chimney, the adolescent became.
Yeah, might as well keep all of it.
Watching a small child. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3.
Boom. Bop.
Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representation to the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan. No taxation without representation. Typically the age of 3. Reignites. To save money. Reignites. Is of any conflict reignites. Is of any reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes.
Please don't crack. Come on. I didn't even save that time. I'm an idiot. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Please work. Please work. Don't crash on me, wait. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Guess I'll have to wait. Is the stream even on yet? Ah, it's still on. Ah, good. I hope so. Oh shoot. I've been filming it wrong the whole time. Things you don't notice, huh? Can you go please go inside? It's still doing that. It's annoying. I can't change that, but damn you. I have no choice. But I have to relaunch it. You just have to hope that the backup saved it. You just You just have to wait. You just have to hope that it actually saved. Ah. Yes. Thank gosh. Oh, okay.
In case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies from the troops. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. 13 colonies. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies.
10.
To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies from the troops. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. Colonies for the tax 13 colonies for the troops. Tax 13 colonies for the troops. Watching a small child, typically the age of 3. 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations in the British Parliament. By that, I mean their taxes. 3. 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of
Oh. Person holding a teacup. Could work. Could represent the British people well. I don't know.
13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of the British Parliament. 1763. 1763. 1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war and it was out, but due to Britain's
Not render. Okay. Press M. There we go. Are you serious? Okay.
7-year major. To the British. 3. Britain is in
Went black for a second. Did I break the computer? Thank gosh. Okay, alright. Back to work. I said back to work. There we are. Got the external program. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even press apply. Finished. This looks nice.
1763. 1763.
I don't even know where I'm.
1763. Britain is in debt from the 7th.
There we go. Apply. It's called finish, but it's apply.
Britain is in debt. Britain is in debt. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war and it was out.
Probably zoom out just a wee bit. Probably. More like most likely.
The British won the war and it was out. But due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies.
Excuse me. There we go. Finished. There we go.
13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any conflict reignites.
There we go. Blockbuster. Okay. Lesson bajillion. Use the blockbuster filter thing from Magic Bullet Studios, which costs money, which is sad. I can't hear stuff. Wait, did I break my things? Did I? Save. Let me reload this. Save. There we go. Magic Boat Studio. It's not studio, but it's called Lux. Blockbuster.
13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of the British Parliament. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of the British Parliament. By that, I mean their taxes. They first want us to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations of the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, no taxation without representation.
Well, probably the hardest thing that I'm gonna do today. Use text. No taxation without representation. Maybe use Times New Roman, maybe not. Maybe use a different color, maybe. The way could work, even though it's annoying in this one.
No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. Representation. No taxation without representation. 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army. Yes, George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a gold strip from George Washington.
Oh, jeez.
George Washington.
George Washington.
George Washington. George Washington. George Washington. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the Rebellion Army, has a gold strip from British rule. A year has a gold strip from.
Hey. Paper ripping. Is that a thing? Rip-ing. Hey, I can make a funny joke with this. But first. Why is it green? Why is it green? Why is it green? Why is it green? Run. How about a car? Let's retry this. Boom. It's still green. Okay, time to use something else. Oh jeez.
Cricket of the Rebellion Army. Cricket of the Rebellion Army has a gold strip from. Cricket of the Rebellion from.
Let's put more effects on this thing. Edit. Flat.
Strip from British rule.
Let's make this insanely more complicated than it should be.
Gold strip from British rule.
Let's not add in the fade-ins and fade-outs yet. Make it a bit bigger.
British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Ship from British rule.
Oh. Oh well.
Ship from British rule. A year.
I still messed up. Wow.
Gold strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent.
Now I can use the British flag. It's called the Union Jack, but eh.
A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent and fought farther. Colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent and fought farther. Themselves independent and fought farther.
I didn't even add the effects yet. Boom. It's very boring ending.
Declared themselves independent and fought farther. It was called the American Revolution.
What? Yeah, let's go from the beginning.
1763.
Full screen, because why not?
1763. Britain is in debt from a 7-year major global conflict called the 7 Years' War. It was between the French and the British. The British won the war, no doubt, but due to Britain's crippling economy, Britain needed some way to save money. And save money they did. They set sights on 13 colonies. Most of the conflict was in those colonies, and the British spent money on protecting 13 colonies from a French takeover. The British also wanted to keep troops stationed in 13 colonies in case of any conflict reignites. To save money, the British taxed 13 colonies for the troops. Much like a small child, typically the age of 3, 13 colonies refused to eat their vegetables. By that, I mean their taxes. They first wanted to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations in the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the rebellion army, has a gold strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent and fought farther. The British and American War of Independence. It was called the American Revolution.
Yeah, there's a bit of some issues. Why the crap are all these small now? Alright. Seems legit. Let's put the volume just a wee bit low. Especially on that part with whatchamacallit. There we go. Make this a bit bigger. See what I can do with it.
These were the troops. They first wanted to eat the chocolate pudding. By that, I mean representations in the British Parliament. This turned into a protest. The Yankees made the slogan, "No taxation without representation." 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. 12 years later.
Huh. This New Roman. Make it insanely small. Place it on the bottom. Maybe make it a bit thick. Make it appear at the end. So that
The adolescent became rebellious. George Washington. 12 years later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the rebellion. Later, the adolescent became rebellious. George Washington, the Jiminy Cricket of the rebellion army, has a gold strip from British rule. A year later, 13 colonies finally moved out. Declared themselves independent.
oh shoot.
Independence. It was called the
All for something that I probably won't use. Okay. The rendering part is the easy peasy part, because you just have to wait a few minutes. By few, I mean a lot, depending on how much effects. If you want like the Bill Wirtz style, then good luck having a good enough computer. On second thought, I might try doing that. $30. 30 minutes. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Wow. Wow. Let's put in some copyright free music while we wait. Da 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 da. Nah. Let's just. I'm just gonna. I think I did this right. Dun-dun-dun. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. I'm gonna make that in the middle. Now ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-da-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. While that's happening, I'm gonna go check on that project I forgot to do. Are you serious? Oh shoot. Everything was a blank. Adzazzed. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Lebanon. Footage saves. Ba-da-dum bum 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 bum. I have to dig really deep. Oh, okay, it's done. Wow, that was fast. Boom. Enough of that. Okay. Incest. I should probably fix that. What did I do? Okay, I'm gonna. There we go. What? What? Everything was white the whole time. It's probably a good idea. Etc. Boom, boom, bop. Let's go here. Saves. Adjust. Adjust. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Project. I don't know. Something. What should I call it? Teaser. Trail. Trail. Tease. The trail. The Oregon Trail. I think I spelled Oregon wrong. Nope. No, it's a different one. Dust. Okay. Stop. Very boring. Nope. Nope. I have to dig deep just to find my things. That's for other people. Entitled. 2 minutes remaining. Hope I don't get copyright striked. Music. What was it called? Continue to next level. Continue to next level. Excerpt 1A. Publish. What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, right. Okay. Safe to say that the stream is over. Bye.